Hey Internet, and welcome back! Today we are going to fly! So, we are on board of a Cessna 172 and we've just completed all the pre-flight checks. Now we are entering the runway, and as you can see, it's a grass runway and not a paved runway. This, however, is not a problem for this type of aircraft, as it can safely take off from such a grass runway. Okay, we are now on the runway and we are lined up, and yeah, full throttle, here we go. Now we have to accelerate to a speed of 52 knots or 96 kilometers per hour, and then we can lift the nose and we get airborne. Indeed, we are flying, we are now airborne. Wow, this is great, this is so amazing. And yeah, now we can climb to our desired cruising altitude, and during this initial phase of the climb, this type of aircraft has a speed of 85 knots or 157 kilometers per hour. This might sound relatively fast compared to driving your car, but if you compare this performance to the performance of a different airplane, then you will notice that this is still very slow. Okay, just after takeoff, we have to turn to the right as we are following the traffic pattern, which is the standard path to control the air traffic, and it's published on their airfield diagram, so you have your tiny little map and you can compare this map to the landscape below you in order to navigate and to orientate yourself. As you can see out of the window, we do have blue sky and a few clouds, and it looks like we would have perfect weather for flying. However, during the flight, we will also see some thicker clouds and even some showers of rain. As we are now turning to the left, you can see that the clouds in front of us seem to touch the ground. However, the clouds aren't actually touching the ground, instead it's raining out of these clouds, and this looks really spectacular. The whole flight has a duration of more than 20 minutes, and so I will switch from time to time to a time-lapse version of this flight in order to speed things up so that you don't have to watch the whole flight in real time. Now we have reached our cruising altitude of 2,200 feet or 600 meters. At this point we are now flying with a speed of 110 knots or 207 kilometers per hour. Now, as we are turning to the left, you have the chance to take a closer look at some more cumulonimbus clouds and some showers of rain. Additionally, we are flying through some light rain, as you can see by these little raindrops that hit our windshield. Okay, now I think it's a perfect moment for a quick time lapse. We are now heading to the east, and as you can see on the left hand side are some more showers of rain. During the flight we will get even closer to one of these heavy showers of rain. Right now we are flying over a region called the Havelland, and this region is located to the west of Berlin. In this case we are flying in the vicinity of Berlin, and if there would be not this heavy shower of rain, we would be able to see the skyline of Berlin, and this is all the time a very spectacular and amazing view. You might have noticed all these white little towers on the ground, and well, these are wind power plants. As we have now turned toward the north, you can see this very thick cloud, and you can see how well the clouds seem to touch the ground, but it's not the cloud that touches the ground, it's a heavy shower of rain. And this is a really spectacular view if you can see how strong the rain is and how the rain is falling out of the cloud. This is all the time so impressive. And yeah, once again on the left hand side you can see these wind power plants working. You can see how the rotor is rotating, and yeah, this is really nice to see all the time these patches of these wind power plants scattered all across the landscape. Once again, we are flying through a light shower of rain. If you look carefully at the blue sky directly in front of us, you will notice another airplane flying from the left to the right. This airplane is probably approaching the airport Berlin-Tegel, which is one of the two main airports of Berlin. Although we can see those other aircraft, this is not a dangerous situation, as we are still pretty far away from it, and this other aircraft is even higher than we are. However, it's all the time very exciting to spot another flying aircraft and to realize that we are now sharing the same airspace. Aside from this airplane, we can now see blue sky and only a few clouds, and you might ask, what is going on? We were just flying through a light shower of rain, and we have seen so many thick clouds and so many heavy showers of rain. Well, the reason for this is that we are flying at the edge of a cold front, and we have just left this cold front, and now we are flying toward the weather after the cold front has passed by, and that is blue sky and only a few clouds. If you would turn around, we would see again the thick clouds and heavy showers of rain. This was so amazing as we were able to observe the weather effects of a cold front and even the weather after the cold front has passed by. Once again, you can see the strong contrast between the cold front and the weather after the cold front has passed by. On the left hand side, you can see the effects of the cold front with thick clouds and heavy showers of rain, and on the right hand side, you can see the weather after the cold front has passed by with blue sky and only a few clouds. It's so interesting to be flying at the edge of this cold front, as you can really see the effects of it and you can understand this phenomenon. Now we are returning to the airfield where we began our flight, and so it's time for us to descend and to reduce our speed in order to enter again the traffic pattern. So we are back in the traffic pattern, and right now we are flying in the downwind leg, that is the path parallel to the runway but in the opposite direction of the landing runway. In other words, we are right now flying parallel to the runway, which is on our left side, so you can't see it right now, and soon we will turn to the left in order to enter the base leg, that is the connection between the downwind leg and the final approach. So we are now in the base leg, and at this point we have extended our flaps and we can continue our descent. We will remain in the base leg until we can turn into the final approach of the runway. Now we are turning into final approach. You can see the runway directly in front of us in the middle of the green field. The more brownish element is the runway. At this point we are in the final phase of the landing, and it's all about managing the speed and the descent rate in order to achieve a gentle landing. With this, I'd like to thank you for watching, and I hope you had some fun, and I hope you will be joining me in a future adventure. Until then, see you!